Good afternoon, good evening, folks. Sunday night, October 25th. Welcome to the Gateway Speedway in Madison, Illinois, on the east side of St. Louis, on the Illinois side to be exact. And we are getting ready for the JM Transport Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series on Sunday night. Round number 3 here at the Gateway racetrack, sponsored by Wise Choice Contracting. And let's quickly go and take a look at what we've accomplished in the first 2 races so far. The standings of the series, there you have them. On the left side of your screen, top is the driver standings. Roger Matthias is currently leading the point standings. Tommy Ryan second, Jason Branch third, and David Evans fourth, and Jeff Figlin rounds out your top 5. You can find your favorite driver there in the top 16 of the standings. These are the drivers that are currently scoring enough points to be in the Sweet 16 if the points are being needed for that. As you can see on your bottom left, the Sweet 16 already has 2 race winners locked in. Tommy Ryan winning the first race and Anthony Keys winning last week at Charlotte. That means that they're already guaranteed their spot in the final in the final runoff playoffs Sweet 16. On the top right of your screen, you can see the team standings. R&R Motorsports leading with 74 points. Unacceptable Motorsports with 68, 4X Racing with 66, Piedite Racing with 62, and Torque Wrench Motorsports with 60 points. Tonight's race is sponsored by Wise Choice Contracting, your windows and door replacement services in St. Louis area. This is their home race, obviously. And our series sponsor is JM Transport. They are from Pennsylvania, and they specialize in oversized and heavy goods to transport. So if you have something that doesn't fit in a regular truck, those are the people to call. All right, folks, that's your standings right there. Let's go and take a quick look at the race where we're at and the venue where we're at. This is the Gateway Raceway. Again, sponsored by Wise Choice Contracting, and as you can see, it is a bit of an odd-shaped, what we would call a paperclip shaped 1.25 mile track. So 1.25 miles. The turns 1 and 2 are on the right side of your map. your track map there, turns 1 and 2 are a lot tighter than 3 and 4. Now, if we look at the practice so far, it looks like the guys are reaching about 160 to 165 miles an hour on those short straights as we are heading into qualifying, folks. In the turns, in turn 1 and 2, speeds are going down to probably about 100 miles an hour, and in turn 3 and 4, they are going right around 110. Now, you have to keep in mind, folks, that these are the B-class cars, the xFinity cars. They are quite heavy, and they don't really have any downforce package. So unlike, for instance, open wheel cars that would go, the Indy cars, for instance, here at Gateway, they pretty much go flat out around turn 3 and 4, and they shift down one gear for turn 1 and 2. Well, it's not quite that easy with these heavy cars. Not much downforce to speak of, obviously, and that means that these guys are going to be manhandling these cars around those bends, and making sure that they're not too early on the throttle, because you will fishtail that backhand out. You have to be on the brakes on time, because if you don't, you're going to wash up straight into that outside wall. All right, the ambient temperature here is 89 degrees. We have 44% relative humidity, partly cloudy sky, and we have a 14-mile-an-hour wind from the southeast, which is going to be fairly, let's say, it's going to blow them into the face on the main straightaway. So the track temperature is 114 degrees, and that means that the track is fairly hot, and that usually means that the track becomes a little bit slippery. All right, so let's bring you back up to speed here with the qualifying times that have already been set after almost 2 minutes of qualifying. We see Andrew Mraz in the number 28 car. As you see him here going through your picture, he is currently the quickest driver. We have a good-sized field. We are going to be doing a heat race to finalize the final 8 spots of the grid. And let's see, we have Scott Wise up there in 4th position. That is a good qualifying effort for Scott. And let's see who else we can find really quickly. We are expecting big things from Roger Rios Matthias in the number 5 car. He is known to be a road racer as well. He likes the short ovals. And the fact that we're missing some of the regulars, maybe, there's a few guys that just really don't care for these 1 mile ovals. So that'll be the reason you might miss a few of the regulars here. All right, this is Jason Branch, currently working on his first lap here, and he is, it looks like he is currently in the 13th position. So that is a fairly, that is a good qualifying effort for Jason Branch in the number 22 car. He's always the first one to tell me that qualifying is not his strong suit, so he'll be happy with the 13th time there. All right, and at the bottom of the field, we are currently looking at Robert Ballard and Don Bellerby that are in 33rd and 34th position, and that means that we are still awaiting times from, let me see, Jacob Manning, Simmons, and Schneider, Guy Schneider. They have not yet qualified, and one thing I need to correct, as far as the Hard Charger Award, I have been told by the admins that the Hard Charger Awards will not be awarded to any driver that did not do a qualifying attempt. So that means that Jacob Manning, Corbin Simmons, and Guy Schneider, if they do not get a time in, they will not be eligible for that award. I see that currently Jacob Manning has indeed qualified. He is in 8th position, so he'll be eligible for that award anyway. and it looks to me like Corbin Simmons and Guy Schneider are the only two drivers out of the 38 that are going to be starting here that have not set a qualifying time. So you might think that we don't do the heat race because there is less than 43 drivers entered in the race. We'll have to see how the admin handles that, because I believe that iRacing would automatically start that heat race with anything over 35, because the 35 fastest qualifiers are locked into the race and the final positions have to be worked for by those drivers. So yes, indeed, the heat race is going to start here with 3 drivers, and that'll be Don Bellerby, Guy Schneider there on the front row, and on the second row on his own will be Corbin Simmons. There they are. All 3 of them will be doing a 15-lap heat race to decide the final qualifying positions, and obviously they are all going to be in the race, all 3 of them, for that feature, because we don't have 43 drivers out there. All right, so it'll give us a little bit of time to chat about whatever. 3 cars in a heat race. We always like cars going round track, so it doesn't matter. We'll hopefully entertain you a little bit with this anyway. And as said, JM Transport is your series sponsor. JM was founded in 2000 by Jimmy Miller, specializing in oversized and large loads, over-dimensional loads, and they have a sister company in Florida. So if you have something big or heavy or extreme that needs to be transported, JM Transport is your place to go. And if you do want to get in touch with any of our sponsors, you can always check out the website for Blown Piston Racing, and there you will find a page that'll give you links to all these guys and gals, if there are any. All right, Don Bellerby, Guy Schneider, Corbin Simmons are going to get us started here with some racing tonight at the Gateway Racetrack. Just east of St. Louis in Illinois, folks. We're on our way. Guy Schneider is taking the lead here in front of Don Bellerby, and Corbin Simmons is in 3rd position. As said, folks, we're just having a little bit of fun here. They are just going to be running for the final qualifying positions here in Gateway, and they're all going to make it into the feature race. All right, one of our other sponsors, folks, the race sponsor for tonight is Wise Choice Contracting, founded in 2020, and they specialize in window and door installation and replacement. They serve the St. Louis area and the surrounding metro area there, including the counties of St. Clair, Madison, Clinton, Bond, and Monroe in Illinois. So this is their home race here in St. Louis, and obviously they're proud to be on board with this series, and proud to be sponsoring their local event. Guy Schneider still in the lead. Ooh, and we have Don Bellerby going off there, and that's exactly one of the things that we'll be watching for during the race. You see them going on the throttle a little bit enthusiastically, and the back end just fishtails away, and luckily Don can keep it out of the wall, and he's continuing on, but obviously that'll be something that'll get his attention. He's still on his way there, running in 3rd position now, and it is Guy Schneider still in the lead, with Corbin Simmons now in the 2nd position. Let's go and quickly take a look back at the qualifying results, folks. There you have the lineup, the first 18 of them. Tommy Ryan is your pole sitter for the feature race. Brian Fallon will be alongside him, and that means, folks, that Tommy Ryan is once again going home with the Cup Blue Pole Award. award as the fastest qualifier. So Tommy Ryan, second time in a row, going to be starting from the pole position. All right, 5 laps in this 15-lap heat race, and we normally don't have yellows during these heat races. We're not going to need them here, looks like, with 3 cars on the track. Don Bellerby is soldiering on there in 3rd position. He is about 3.5 seconds behind Corbin Simmons. And as said, he kind of figured out what happens if you get on the gas a little bit hard. And let's ride along with him here for a little bit. You can hear him shifting the gears. Not all the drivers choose to do that. Shifting the gears obviously means that you run a little bit of a risk of fishtailing the car on the entry of the turn, because the rear tires, the driven tires, will suddenly slow down when you bring the clutch back up. But Don is obviously one of the drivers that is using the gears. It'll use a little bit more fuel as well. So these guys during the race, when fuel becomes a factor, we might even see the guys that will shift, they will stop doing so if they are needing to save fuel. This is turn 3 and 4, folks. We're on the main straightaway here, riding along with Don Bellerby in 3rd position. Towards the tighter turn 1 and 2 there, you see the building in turn 1. Shifting down, and as you can see, the warm-up lane coming out of the pits goes through turn 1 and 2, and then they'll merge onto the track here on the backstretch, and towards turn 3 you will see the exit towards the pits is on your left here, right in when you enter turn 3. So you follow through that escape lane, and pit lane starts here on your left. All right, so let's go check on Guy Schneider here in the Gulf car associated with Schneider Lubricants, the sponsor of the Lucky Dog Award in the race. And Corbin Simmons in the number 22 car, running about a second and a half, 1.3 seconds behind Guy Schneider. And once again, folks, it's all just to decide those final 3 positions on the grid. And also, we would like to acknowledge Wise Guy Graphics. Wise Guy Graphics is also a local sponsor here in St. Louis. It is a service for you if you would like to have an affordable and good-looking paint job on your car. Then Wise Guy Graphics is the guy to call. And check them out on the Blown Piston Racing League website and see what they can do for you. And as you can see here, Corbin Simmons running a little bit high. And if you're not on time on the brakes, these cars take a little bit of effort to slow down, obviously. They're fairly heavy. So if you're a little late, you can wash up into that higher side, which will obviously be dirty and greasy, and there'll be a lot of marbles there on the track. And the higher you get, ooh, Corbin hits the wall there. The higher you get, the more, or really I should say, the less grip you have. So you really want to stay in that bottom or middle lane, as you can see Corbin doing right now. The straights are fairly long, so a driver behind you, if he gets off the turn pretty good, they'll be able to make a good run on that straightaway going towards the next turn and then outbraking you by trying to brake just that fraction of a second later than you to get alongside. And as you can see there, Corbin also fighting that car a little bit, trying to get the power down onto the backstretch. And we'll be watching for that during the race, folks. There we have Guy Snyder, your heat race leader here in the number 27 car. And he'll have 2 more laps to go. And then we'll get ready for the main event. The Wise Choice Contracting 150. Obviously not a need to be going at the limit here for Guy Schneider. A lap time of 36.13. Looking very solid here. White flag is out for the heat race, folks. Guy Schneider will bring it around one more time. We'll go into a short warm-up for the drivers that have been waiting to get back into the groove of things and warm themselves up and pump themselves up for the main event. And as you can see, Guy likes to keep that car down there by the rumble strips. You got to be a little careful on those rumble strips as well with these cars. It might upset the back end a little bit. Guy Snyder brings it home in first place, folks, in your heat race. Corbin Simmons in second position. And there we have Don Billerby, and he's bringing it home in third position. So that means we have our grid rounded out for the event. A 3-minute warm-up for the guys to get started here, and we'll see. Let me see. Jacob Williams looks to be one of the first ones out there. Troy Profit in the 915 car. We missed him Friday night in the trucks, but he's back here in the B cars. Roger Matthias in the number 5 car, and as you can see, that warm-up lane is a little bit tight on the inside of turn 1 and 2, so exiting the pits is also something where you got to be a little bit careful. Let's go see. We have Avery Wilson in the number 18 car. He's being scored as 33, but he has the number 18 car here this afternoon. And Anthony Keys currently leading our our DXP Frontman Award with the most laps led in the series. Gary Wright in the number 19 car. And Gary is from Texas. Let's go see. We have Randy Perdue here in the number 29 car. And there you can see him fishtailing away already. Cold tires probably. And then once you lose that balance, it's so easy to do something like this and just not being able to catch it. And I'll tell you, folks, it may look a little bit silly from the outside, but it is not as easy as it looks to catch a car going over 100 miles an hour when the rear wheels are spinning. That is not easy. Andrew Mraz currently quickest in the warm-up here in the number 28 car. Tommy Ryan, well, they're currently being overtaken by Anthony Keys. One of our Anthony into the gray area there. As you can see, you can be fast one lap and you can blow it all away next lap. Tommy Ryan currently in fourth now. Eric Kempf. And there we have Guy Schneider putting in some good practice laps here before we go to the feature race. Guy did not qualify, and neither did Simmons. Don Bellerby here. And let's go a little bit further down the order. We have Jacob. Oh, there we have another one going around. That is the 98 of Jeff Figlin. And you can tell, folks, it is pretty easy to damage your car here. As you know, we are running a fixed setup race, and we have one fast repair at our disposal. The drivers have they have 6 tire sets for the race. All right, warm up is over, folks. We are getting ready to go racing. So let's bring up the grid for you. It'll be a pretty full grid like we are used to in this series. Tommy Ryan is your Cop Blue pole sitter. Let's bring that up one more time. Tommy Ryan, winner of the Cop Blue Pole Award as the fastest qualifier here on the track. All right, so there we let's go and go through that grid here really quickly. It is Tommy Ryan on pole, Brian Fallon on alongside him, Jeff Ryan and Anthony Keys behind him in the second row, Jeremy Brooks and Justin Gahn in the third row. Then it is Andrew Mraz and Jacob Manning in the fourth, Randy Yoakum, Scott Wise there in the fifth row, Andrew Moore and Avery Wilson, sixth row. Then the seventh row, where are you? Oops. The seventh row will be for Roger Matthias and Kevin Nicoletta, then Jason Branch and David Evans in the eighth row, ninth row for Mark Allen and Elliot Henderson, 10th row for Randy Perdue and Troy Profit, 11th for Eric Kempf and Casey Duncan, the 13th the 13th row is the 12th row, I'm sorry, Jim Thorndick and Ryan Nicoletta. Then we are looking at Chris White and Max Williams, Jeff Figlin and Louis Berkowitz. The 15th row for Jacob Williams and Donnie Fayer. 16th row, Jason Kratke and John Findley. Then it is Gary Wright and Don Dolson, Robert Ballard, Guy Schneider. And the final row is for Corbin Simmons and Don Bellerby. And once again, folks, Schneider and Simmons are not eligible for that Hard Charger award. So if I mess up with that, I apologize ahead of time. All right, lined up behind the pace car. It looks like we're doing 2 warm-up laps here at the 1.25 mile track. Pace car still in front of the field. And as you can see, we got a pretty good field here. We have a total of 38 cars. Blown Piston Racing League, known for full fields this season. So far, we've done really good. Oh, the pace car did go in, and we are racing, folks. Brian Fallon and Tommy Ryan there at the front. Tommy Ryan on the inside. They'll be charging towards turn 1 and on the brakes already. And you're seeing them side by side going around here. Ooh, Tommy Ryan almost loses it. That is, let's see, the 14 of Anthony Keys that also seemed to have a little bit of a wiggle coming off there, but he is pretty quick, and he's pushing into the inside of Tommy Ryan's there in turn 3 and 4 already. And, oh, there we have the first one. That is the 53 of Jeremy Brooks, folks. Let's go and check that out one more time, and he's not alone. Oh, yes, he is. He is... He was trying to, the other guys were just trying to avoid him there. Let's go see if we can find Jeremy Brooks here real quickly. Coming off turn 3 and 4, getting on the gas. And it looks like he actually washes up into the wall and touches the wall. And then there's a lot of guys that cannot avoid his car. Luckily for him, ooh, the 54 there running into it as well. That's Jason Kratke. Luckily for him, we do have a fast repair in this race, so it's just a little bit unfortunate that you need it this early. There he goes. He's on his way to the pits. Car smoking. That's always a pretty bad sign, obviously. And we already see some other drivers on pit road. That is Avery Wilson, Jason Branch already. Oh, that is so unfortunate for him. Qualified 13th, did really well there, and already collected here in the mayhem. So on his way to pit road as well. And it looks like we also have Randy Perdue. Where are you at? There you are. Randy Perdue also in the pits, and it looks like he's already on his way out, as is Avery Wilson, Jason Branch, And it doesn't look like he's got that fast repair handy. That's unfortunate. There we have Berkowitz and Kratky. Kratky also, he may have taken a tow, and he might be waiting on that tow. And I believe we did see... There goes the 22 of Branch, and he did not take that fast repair, so he's going to try and see how the car behaves without that fast repair, obviously, and maybe save it for later. All right, it's a little bit early for a lucky dog, so we're not going to have one right now. But we are taking an early break here. And as you know, folks, the yellow flag cautions the Take a Breather with the Superior Templating LLC here during the yellow. They are sponsoring the yellows, the cautions. Well, it looks like pole sitter Tommy Ryan has dropped back a little bit, like 2 positions to third, and it is actually Brian Fallon that is on the leading position here in the 08 car, and it is Anthony Keys in second. Andrew Morass is up 3 positions. He's now running in 4th, and Randy Yoakum in the number 8 car. He's in 4th, up 4 positions. Jacob Williams with a plus of 12 positions. He would currently be our hard charger. A hard charger award is given every race, and it is sponsored by R&R Enterprises. And once again, folks, if you don't qualify, you're not eligible. And we're back to racing. Single file restart. Brian Fallon takes the lead, followed by Anthony Keys, who is already on the inside there. Ooh, Tommy Ryan on his outside. Ooh, a little bit of a touch there. They both keep it together. Andrew Morass coming to the inside of Tommy Ryan, it looks like. No, he's tugging in behind there. And we see the 14 running a little bit wide. Anthony Keys. It is so easy to miss your braking markers and just overshoot that turn and wash up. It's really tricky, folks, especially when a car is heavy like a big NASCAR. That makes it a little bit tricky. You can see a lot of drivers not able... Ooh, another caution. You can see that a lot of drivers are not able to keep these cars down low. Here we have the number 1, and it looks to me like the number 1 is David Evans. It just kind of looks like he has some sort of hardware issue at home, because that car was just not responsive to his steering input whatsoever, and he is just sitting there. So that looks to me like a computer issue, and he's still sitting there, folks. Yeah, that is the only incident I can see currently. There you have it. It looks like he just has no control over the car. Something with his steering wheel may have gone wrong. Every once in a while that happens, and that's very unfortunate. I guess you could call that the digital form of a technical or engine issue that real drivers would have. Two cars in the pits, the number 1 and the number 27. That is Guy Schneider in the 27, and the number 1 is David Evans, and it looks like he is taking a tow, and he's going to have to see if he can get that all sorted out there. Gary Wright coming down pit road as well. In the number 19 car, Gary from Texas, as said. And there you have the drivers following the pace car. And it wouldn't
Mark, just to touch base real quick, the number one of David Evans had a black screen happen on him, which caused him to pull over to stay out of the way.
All right, thank you very much. All right, folks, there you have it. That was Lauren Wise at Race Control. She indicated to us that there was indeed a computer issue for David Evans. It wasn't his steering wheel, but it was his monitor going black. And I commend him for doing that, steering to the left and trying to stay out of the way of the entire field, and that way avoiding havoc for a lot of other guys. So kudos to Dave Evans for avoiding to have a major issue there. We do have a oops. We do have a yellow. We do have a lucky dog. It looked like. There he is. That is the number 54. That is your SFI lucky dog. And that is Jason Kratke. All right, take a look here through the field. We have Scott Wise gaining some positions. He's currently in 8th. We have Jim Thorndike in the 13, gaining 9 positions. He's in 14th. We have Jacob Williams in the 47, currently up 13 positions. And that makes him our current hard charger. Let's go see if the lights on the pace car are. They are going out, and it looks like this time we may go double file. Brian Fallon on the inside there in the 08 with Anthony Keys on his outside. Then it's Andrew Mraz and Tommy Ryan, Justin Gahn and Randy Yoakum on that 3rd row, and then Scott Wise and I believe Jacob Manning on the 4th row. Beautiful facility there with a, as you can see, a go-kart track there on the infield, right next to a truck stop. And as you will see, the pace car takes a little shortcut there. Brian Fallon ready to go. There we go. Fallon is on the throttle, and we are racing once again. It looks like Anthony Keys got taken by surprise a little bit there. Looks like Tommy Ryan is bringing it into 2nd. Oh, there we go already. That is Andrew Mraz going around. And it looks like he gets a little tap from Randy Yoakum, and it pushes him into the wall backwards. A lot of guys taking the narrow lane there to avoid going into the 28, and then they make way, and good job for the guys there trying to stay away from the 28. There you have it one more time, folks. The 8 turning the 28 around there, going into the turn. And then everybody doing a very good job this time of avoiding the 28 car. All right, that brings us once again under yellow, folks. And let's see if we can see that the field is catching up to the pace car. And what you can hear there is the driver pushing the clutch to maybe even turn off the engine, although I don't know if they do, but they can also just idle it, and that's another trick they use to save as much fuel as they can. So the fuel window is somewhere between 35 and 40 laps for these guys, depending a little bit on whether they shift a lot or not. We talked about that during practice. And we are going to have some stages in this race, as usual with the Blown Piston Racing League. The first stage will end on lap 45, and the second stage will end on lap 90. And our race and third stage will be completed on lap number 150. And I currently don't believe anybody is eligible for the Lucky Dog. The 91 catching up. The 91, that would be Mark Allen. David Evans has got his stuff back together, and he is running again. The only one out at this point is Don Dolson. The 54, folks, is your Lucky Dog. That is, once again, that is Kratky. He is our Lucky Dog one more time. Sponsored by SFI, Snyder Lubrication. And as said, folks, our yellows are sponsored by Superior Templating, giving us a little bit of a breather here. Let's go see if we can find out who the hardest charger is at this point. That looks actually like Don Bellerby. He is behind the... no, I'm sorry, he's not. Bellerby is in the number 44 car, and he is currently 15 spots up. So good job for him. The 22 catching back up to the field there. That is Jason Branch. It looks like he's been in the pit again and still hasn't used that fast repair. All probably saving it for later, because let's face it, folks, yellows breed yellows, and we've had a few already. And we are on lap 15 of 150. And the lights on the pace car are out, and it looks like we're going to go single file again. If the yellows follow each other too quickly, they go single file, and that obviously means that the field will be a little bit more stretch out and a little bit less chance of issues. But it is tricky, folks, especially on short ovals like this, with tight first and second turn there. They have to be on the brakes, and obviously if you brake too late, you're going to wash up into the wall. If you brake too early, you run the risk of somebody punting you in the back. So you have to figure out that point exactly correct. Brian Fallon gets to restart this race, folks, going into lap number 16. There we go. He's on the throttle. Tommy Ryan following him. Anthony Keys, Randy Yoakum, Justin Gahn, and Jacob Manning. We see that looks like Justin Gahn was trying something on Randy Yoakum there, but as we are single file, he was not close enough. Let's go back to the front here. Brian Fallon pulling away a little bit from Tommy Ryan, and then Anthony Keys seems to be able to keep the car a little bit lower than the six in front of him. Coming down the main straightaway one more time, and into turn 1 and 2. Ooh, the 6 was a little loose coming in there. That could be an issue of brake bias. The brake bias, folks, is the difference between how hard the front wheels are being slowed and compared to the rear wheels. They have a split system that brakes the front and the rear wheels independently, and they can adjust how much of braking force goes to either one. There we see Tommy Ryan taking the lead, and it looks like Anthony Keys is trying to come with him there. The numbers, they all look a little bit loose coming in. And there we see Anthony Keys.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, we have another one. Let's go and find out what is happening. It looks like that was not it. The number 28 of Andrew Morass. Let's go find out what has happened. You see him coming off the turn there, and it looks like, ooh, it looks like they touched there. That is, I believe, that is Gary Wright that they got together there coming off the turn 4. Let's look at it one more time from the blimp. Yeah, it's just kind of the one coming down and the other going up, and not fully aware of the fact that somebody is alongside there. Listen to the spotter, guys. All right, back under yellow. And the 08 of Fallon reclaiming his position there. Don't see anybody on pit road currently. And we'll keep an eye on whether we have another lucky dog. And I do believe we do have some drivers on pit road. Miraz is on pit road. Jason Branch. Gary Wright is on pit road there in the number 19. And Corbin Simmons, and he's already on his way out. Jason still has not taken that fast repair. And I guess he's using all these yellows to just get it done manually. And that way he can maybe save that fast repair for when he really needs it. We have David Evans going around, and that looks to me like he is our lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI, David Evans in the number 1 car going around to get back to the back end of the pack there. And once again, we commend him for making sure that his issue with his computer screen did not become a major mess. He's kind of slowing down. He may have another issue. Keep an eye on that here. Maybe he was told to stay behind the 22. And once again, folks, time to take a slow down here with superior templating. We are under caution. We are talking lap 21 of 150. Let's see what else we can find out to tell you. We have a tie, it looks like, for the hard charger at this point. Jacob Williams is the highest running driver with 14 spots up, being tight with Ballard for that R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. And you can hear Tommy Ryan coasting and only using his engine when he needs it, and that is one way to save fuel. Although with a fuel window of 35 to 40, I doubt that they will make it to lap number 45 when the first stage ends, but Obviously, we could be a few laps off on that fuel window because we don't hear it from all the drivers. The lights on the pace car have gone out, folks. We are double file once again. We're going to go racing, going into lap 23. Ryan on the inside there with Anthony Keys alongside him, Brian Fallon, Randy Yoakum, and then it's Justin Gahn and Jacob Manning behind there. Scott Wise is still in that top 10 in 7th position. And there we go. Tommy Ryan is on the throttle, and he looks like he is working together with the 08 of Brian Fallon there on the radio, no doubt, telling each other, oh no! The number 6 going way too hard into that turn there, almost losing it, but he did save it. Oh, not so behind there. That is the 31. And the 8 and the 77, the 31, let me see there. The 31, that was Scott Wise. The 8 is Randy Yoakum, and the 77 is Moore. Let's go bring that back for you one more time. This is on the restart, the 6 and the 08 overshooting the turn. And then it's the 31 that touches the 8, it looks like. And they both lose control. Oh, a lot of guys having all the luck in the world staying away from that issue there. That is always, that's the second problem, obviously. You know, somebody goes around, you have half the field going there full throttle out of the turn, and then all of a sudden they have to stop. They have to avoid the wrecking car. They have to avoid each other. And that makes it all pretty tricky, folks. You see Manning going down pit road, Eric Kepf going down pit road. Those guys may be thinking about that stage, and they may be thinking they're not going to make it. Max Williams, Randy Yoakum. Max already on his pit box. Manning. And we have Gary Wright coming in. We have Scott Wise coming in. Car doesn't look too bad. A little bit of damage on the front end, it looks like, but it doesn't look all that bad. So he might be thinking about just saving that fast repair as well. And it is not easy, folks. I can tell you that from my own experience. These heavy cars are not easy to drive on these short tracks. Corbin Simmons, Williams in the 47 going back out. Gary Wright on his way out. Car doesn't look too bad. All right, so let's go up front there. And there we have your lucky dog. The lucky dog is Jeremy Brooks in the number 53 car. Sponsored by SFI. And Anthony Keys took the lead thanks to that wide first turn there for Tommy Ryan. It's easy to miss it. You got to find markers on the track, maybe something in the fence or whatever, something that catches your attention, that gives you a marker where to start braking. We have Jeff Ryan on pit road. Coming back out, Jason Kratke in the 54. Ballard is out there. Figlin, oops, wrong car. Figlin is out there. And it looks like Randy is, he's got a lot more damage now, it looks like. Well, I don't know. He may be, not sure what's going on with him. No, that was the damage that he sustained. He just went back out to not go down a lap, obviously. And he'll have to hurry back out again if he doesn't want to go down a lap. There he goes. Looks like we're getting ready to go back to racing. Fairly sure this will be single file one more time. Yes, indeed. Well, tough luck for Scott Wise. He was running in the top 10 pretty strong there. Now he's in 29th after that pit stop. We still have another driver on pit road. That is Andrew Moore. And there he goes. He's going back out one more time. So this time it is Anthony Keys leading them into turn 1 as we are going into lap number 28 of 150. There you go, folks. The Wise Choice Contracting 150 here at Gateway in the JM Transport Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series on Sunday night is back underway. And this time they do a lot better, it looks like. Justin Gahn has picked up 3rd position from Brian Fallon. Little bit of a wiggle coming off the turn that gives Brian Fallon the chance to go to the outside. But turn 3 and 4 coming up already. The 30 staying on the lower side there. Looks like he even had 2 wheels on that curbing there on the ins. Ooh, there's somebody into the wall. That looked like Roger Matthias in the number 5 car, getting a little bit wrong there. Then he gets in trouble under braking. That is Thorndike behind him in the number 13 car. Then it's then the 41 of Nicoletta and Casey Duncan in the 17. Donnie Fayer in the 000. Anthony Keys is still out there in front with Tommy Ryan now in 2nd position. Brian Fallon and Justin Gahn, it looks like the field is stretching out a little bit. Elliot Henderson is in 5th position in the 71 car. And Justin running wide, and you can see how much time he loses there compared to the 71, folks. Into turn 3. Does better here. Anthony Keys clear by about a half a second. Tommy Ryan clear by about a half a second to Fallon. Fallon by a little bit over half a second to Justin Gahn. Gahn running wide again. Seems to be that he has a little bit of trouble with turn 1 and 2, which is tighter than 3 and 4. But when you're in the car, it's just not that evident. They feel almost the same if you look at them, but you can't drive them the same. There's the 71 of Elliot Henderson right behind us. Coming on to turn 1, you can hear them off the throttle and on the brakes there. Once again running a little bit wider than the 71. Matthias looked like he has found his groove once again in the number 5 car. He is in front of Jim Thorndike, Kevin Nicoletta, and Casey Duncan. And 10th place is for Ryan Nicoletta in the 59 car. He's being followed by Fayer, Wilson, Purdue, White, Jason Branch already up to 15th position with that still not super looking car. Misses the hood, but he's doing all right. He might have a little bit of a push because he's missing that air on the front end. And it looks like the 28 of Mraz is coming to his outside there. Can he make it? Yeah, he got the position. good job for Andrew Mraz there. It looks to me like Jason has to be a little bit careful. Obviously, the airflow around that car is not going to be ideal. Jason now closing in on Chris White. Chris running wide, and Andrew Mraz is taking no prisoners here. He's taking the position away from him. That's how that works. All right, let's go check on Scott Wise if we can. He is working his way back up. He's in 22nd position, so he's already gained 7 positions since the restart. Meanwhile, up in the front, it looks like Tommy Ryan is closing the gap towards Anthony Keys, only 0.2 of a second there. Tires are going to be a factor, obviously, very quickly after about, I would say, 10 laps, 15 laps on a track like this. They'll start falling off, and you'll start to feel that car slip sliding a little bit more, especially since we have a pretty hot track. Tommy Ryan following closely there now for the lead. Brian Fallon still in 3rd. Justin Gahn still in 4th, with Elliot Henderson right behind him in 5th. Let's keep an eye out here. This is from the back end of Anthony Keys' vehicle. Tommy Ryan right behind us. Coming on to 3 and 4. Tommy going a little bit higher, but not fast enough to go around the outside. That is probably not going to work here anyway. Now it looks like Tommy has a good run on the 14. Going into 1 and 2. And yes, indeed, the 14 tried to brake as late as he could, but he has to go a little bit deeper there. And that means that Tommy Ryan's coming alongside down the backstretch on their way to turn number 3. It looks like Tommy Ryan's going to take that position. And there you have it. The number 6 takes the lead away from the number 14. Anthony Keys fighting back, coming back to the inside, side by side into turn 1. And this is where it's going to get tricky because you cannot afford to slide up when you're on the inside. Ooh, the 14 almost loses it, and he has to give the lead to Tommy Ryan there. That is costing him 0.3 of a second, trying to get the power down, losing the back end. Let's ride along with the number 14, Anthony Keys. You can see him working the wheel there, really fighting the back end of that car as he's trying to push down the throttle and get the power on the asphalt. Going into the turn, it already seems like he's fighting that car a little bit, and look at when he's coming off the turn here. He actually has to counter steer a little bit to keep that car going in the right direction. And even under braking, folks, you can hear the car sliding around a little bit. That back end wants to step out because you have to lose speed and turn in right away. Look at that. He's fighting and drifting that car like he's on dirt. And it looks like they're both running a little bit wide here. We've got back markers in the distance coming up. That'll make things even more interesting, folks. The car we're coming up to, that looks to be, let me see, that is Randy Yoakum in the number 8 car that they're going to be coming up to. Tommy Ryan has the lead. Ooh, Keys looks like he's got a bit of a connection issue. Brian Fallon in 3rd position seems to be gaining on him as well, although not by that much. Gann is still in 4th. Elliot Henderson still in 5th. Matthias in 6th. Ooh, we're having a little stutter ourselves here. Oh no. We're back. Sorry about that, folks. It looks like we have a little bit of a technical hiccup there. It is still Tommy Ryan in the lead, with Anthony Keys now about a little over a half a second behind in 2nd position. Brian Fallon Oh, still about half a second, but it looks to me like Brian is gaining a little bit. Not that much and not that quickly, but he is gaining.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, we have another one. Let's go see what's... Oh, that is the 91. And he is basically getting hit there by the 61 who washes up in the turn. Let's go bring that back a little bit further. They're coming off turn 4 here. They're coming onto the backstretch, and it looks like the 61 is trying to outbrake the 91, going to the inside, and then trying to brake a little later, and then kind of just washing up where the 91 is and tapping that 91 very lightly, but it's enough to turn him around. Luckily, nobody else gets collected, it seems. So Mark Allen back on his way there. I'm sure we will see him coming down pit road shortly, and it looks like there are more people that have the same idea. These are some of the leaders here. Anthony Keys, Justin Gahn, Elliot Henderson, Avery Wilson, Donnie Fayer, Randy Perdue, Chris White, John Findlay, Guy Snyder, all coming down pit road, and looks like we're going to finish that first stage. We're going to finish that under yellow there on lap 45 next time around, and it'll be Tommy Ryan picking up that stage win if he stays out. Ooh, one more time. It looks like we have some issues, folks. And unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. And it looked like the 32 was your lucky dog, if I saw that correctly. Sponsored by SFI, it looks like Robert Ballard Jr. is the lucky dog here. Going around and coming back up to the back end here. That is Guy Schneider behind him. Meanwhile, we see Jacob Manning coming down pit road, Eric Kempf, Jeff Figlin back again, it looks like. Let's see if we got some more guys. Kratky in the pits. Ooh. Tommy Ryan out there in front currently. And Superior Templating sponsoring our caution period and allowing us one more time to take a little breather here. It looks like our hard charger is, well, it would be Guy Schneider, but he didn't qualify, so he's not eligible for it. And that means that it would be Jim Thorndike currently with 18 positions in the plus. Guy Schneider is 19 positions in the plus, so he's also doing a pretty good job. He just wouldn't be eligible for the award. The number 8 is still on pit road. That is Randy Yoakum. I'm kind of guessing he is trying to save that faster pair and getting as much pounded out manually as he possibly can. And he knows that they're coming, so he's coming back out, and he is avoiding to go down a lap there. Good thinking. Looks like the lights on the pace car are going back out again. The 08 blinking a little bit here. And it does look like we're staying single file. I'm not sure if we are or not. No. I guess there was a little bit of confusion up front what side Tommy Ryan was on, inside or outside. We are going double file, folks. It's Brian Fallon on the outside there in the 08, and then behind him it is Matthias and Nicoletta, Kevin Nicoletta in the 41. Then it's Thorndike and Duncan. There we go, we're racing once again. And once again, I have the impression that the 6 and the 08 are on the radio together, telling each other now is the time to go. And they're pretty deep in turn 1 once again. Oops, my map is in the way there, sorry about that. There we go, coming down the backstretch, the 6 leading the 08. It's Matthias now in the 3rd position with Kevin Nicoletta in 4th, Jim Thorndike in 5th. Miraz is back there in 6th position. It looks like he's going a little bit wide. And Ryan Nicoletta is trying to get to his inside there. Pretty close together. Oh, that is behind him. I'm sorry. That is Casey Duncan is there being under threat of Nicoletta. And the 14 is coming back up there. Anthony Keys back in 7th position there, going a little bit too deep here. But he's on newer tires. He's been in the pits on lap 43, so he gets away with it here. And then he passes Andrew Miraz on the inside on the main straightaway, coming down into turn 1. Ooh, there he's right there by the number 13. That is Jim Thorndike. Going down the backstretch, it looks like Anthony Keys is working really hard to get back up to the front there. Already back in 5th position. He is bringing Elliot Henderson along with him. Elliot's been in the pits as well. And it looks like the 41 of Kevin Nicoletta kind of has to take evasive action there on the higher side. There, Kevin's tires are not new, obviously, so he's got to be a little bit careful. Anthony already in 4th position with Elliot Henderson right behind him in 5th. At the front, it is Tommy Ryan. He is about 0.2 of a second clear of Brian Fallon, and Roger Matthias is also about the same distance between them. Keys is gaining on them. Oh, we have Thorndike going down pit road. Not sure if something happened to him, but he is on pit road here. Casey Duncan has been on pit road. With as many yellows as we have, you would think they would be able to pit under yellow. Unless they run into issues, obviously. Brian Fallon there in the 08 in 2nd position behind Tommy Ryan. Roger Matthias in 3rd, and Anthony Keys is already closing in on these leaders, folks. He is getting ready to charge to the front. Anthony Keys and Elliot Henderson on newer tires. And it looks like Matthias has no choice but to let the 14 go. And that means that Anthony is now in 3rd position, going after Brian and Tommy. There he goes to the inside, the 08 staying a little high. He's not fighting it all that hard because he knows he just doesn't have an answer to those newer tires. Matthias going into the pits. If I can catch him. There he is. Couldn't catch him. And I just wonder about, well, they could have stayed out to score some points for the stage, obviously, but it's going to cost them. Having to pit under green is just extremely costly right now. As we see Anthony Keys coming alongside Tommy Ryan for the lead. We're going into lap 54, folks. Going into turn 1, it is Anthony Keys on the inside, and it looks like he's going to take that position away from Tommy Ryan, and Elliot Henderson is coming right there with him into second position. Tommy Ryan from first to third in one turn. Keys and Henderson on newer tires, pitted on lap 43, so they are obviously a little bit quicker here, and they're walking away with it right now. Tommy Ryan already over a second. Oh, Tommy's going down pit road. Well, that is what we've seen Tommy do, is take that stage win and now paying for it with a pit stop under green. Anthony Keys in the lead with Elliot Henderson in second, with Justin Gahn following in third position, 3 seconds down, Donnie Fayer in fourth, and Randy Perdue in fifth. And behind there we see Jeremy Brooks and Andrew Mraz duking it out for the sixth position. Looks like things are going fairly smooth right now. Avery Wilson there coming to Mraz's inside in the number 18 car. Guy Schneider right behind him in the 27. And it looks like Avery Wilson takes that seventh position from Andrew Mraz there. Mraz has got some damage on that car. And Guy Schneider coming along as well. So Andrew Mraz back down to the ninth position. Findlay claiming a position here from the 47 of Jacob. I'm sorry, that is a... I'm mixing somebody up. That's the 92 we're looking at. Figlin. Ooh, almost loses it there coming off turn one. But he's still going after the 91 of Mark Allen and doing a pretty good job here. Figlin has been in the pits, so has the 91. Scott Wise looks like he is working his way back forward. 21st position currently. He's been on the pits on lap 24. Kratke in front there is going around the 37. Man, it's going pretty quickly here. I can't keep up. Jason Branch into 22. Still showing the remnants of the incident, and he is climbing into the 17th position. And it looks like Manning is coming by Andrew Mraz as well. Mraz is obviously a little bit in trouble. Tires are 20 laps older than the man that just passed him, so that might be an explanation. Manning in the 62, ninth position currently. Then we go and check back at the front there. Anthony Keys is coming up on the number 5 for...
The yellow flag is out.
Let's go find out what has been going on. It looks like the 44 touches the wall. Well, I don't know if that was it. That was really all I could see. That was the issue. The 18 touching the 28. But I will say I'm a little surprised that we're going yellow because the racetrack really wasn't blocked. We're on lap 60 currently. A lot of drivers going down pit road. Anthony Keys. And that is a little surprising because he was in there not that long ago. Jeremy Brooks, Avery Wilson, Mraz going down pit road, Mark Allen, Jason Branch back on pit road. He wants that hood back. He's still going in the pits all the time to get that stuff fixed up and save that fast repair. We have Scott Wise coming down pit road, Randy Yoakum, Berkowitz, and I believe we have the number 6. That is getting the lucky dog. that's good news for Tommy Ryan, having to pit under green. With the yellow coming out now, he is getting the Lucky Dog sponsored by SFI, and he's coming around to go to the back end of the pack. All right, well, let's take a look here at Elliot Henderson. He is doing a good job here and getting some of his first points towards the DXP Frontman Award. As you know, the driver that has led the most lap during the season will pick up the DXP Frontman Award at the end of the season, but we're keeping an eye on these guys as far as leading laps is concerned. Currently, it is actually at the beginning of this race, I should say, it was Anthony Keys that was leading that competition. And once again, taking a little breather with Superior Templating, LLC, under caution. And folks, our hard charger would currently be, if I see that correctly, tied with Don Bellerby, but Donnie Fayer is in the higher position right now. So currently looking at that R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award for this race, Donnie Fayer is doing some good work here with that. Up 27 positions, same as Don Bellerby in the 44 car. I'll give him a look-see here really quickly. But obviously, he is further down in the field, so Donnie Fayer is the highest running of the two. The 000 car, creative with his number there. Good looking vehicle, I will tell you that. Henderson, the leader, because Anthony Keys has gone down to the pits, and he may have had a little issue or something, or he may be thinking about what's coming up in lap 90. That is the second stage, and it might be a smart move by Anthony Keys, trying to work towards that second stage win by pitting early right now, because the guys that have pitted on lap 40 are not going to make it. The lights on the pace car have been turned off. Elliot Henderson is on the inside line there, with alongside him Justin Gahn, behind him Donnie Fayer and Randy Perdue. Jacob Manning and Jeff Figlin are behind there, the brightly yellow and red, or what do you call it? Yeah, I guess red, orange, I don't know. The 98 there. The pace car is down. We're going to go racing back into lap 64 in the JM Transport Blown Piston Racing League Class Series here at Gateway in Illinois. Race sponsor is Wise Choice Contracting, I'm sorry, and we are we're approaching the halfway mark here. Ooh, Donnie Fayer getting almost in trouble a little bit there, coming off the turn. The 98 pushing the 29. And it looks like Donnie is a little bit high there, and it allows Randy Perdue in the 29 to come alongside and pick up third position. Randy Perdue, third position in at the cost of Donnie Fayer. Jeff Figlin there, and
yellow flag.
Oh, that is Brian Fallon and Andrew Moore. It looks like they're coming together here. Let's go and bring that back for you. Coming off turn 4. It looks like the 08. Oh, no, it is actually the 37 that seems to be getting loose off the turn there. If I see that correctly, we'll take a blimp view there. Nope, yeah. It is the 37 washing into the wall, bouncing back, collecting the 77 and the 08. And the 37 driver, that would be Louis Berkowitz. Unfortunate for these guys. It looks like both of them are back on their way. We're once again looking to get behind the pace car, folks. Elliot Henderson slowing down behind the Mustang pace car there. And it looks like everybody is, well, yeah, at least the first few drivers there are all coming down pit road. Doing the same thing as what Anthony Keys did earlier, going in the pit and trying to ensure that you could keep going until lap 90 for that second stage win. It looks like the 77 is not the lucky dog, I don't believe, because he was coming off pit road. That is Andrew Moore. The 17 looks like that is our lucky dog. That is Casey Duncan. Casey Duncan, your SFI lucky dog. And leading currently, your 92 car, that is John Findlay, but he is headed for pit road. That'll put Jeremy Brooks in the lead in the 53. And that'll put Don Bellerby on the hard charger point, because Don Bellerby is up 36 positions from the start. Well, you can see, folks, that not everybody is totally clean as far as damage is concerned. Don has got some right front issues. There we have Avery Wilson with some right side issues. It doesn't seem to be hurting them all that much around here. We are obviously not running top speeds. We are reaching about 160 to 165 miles an hour on the straights. So that is obviously not causing too much problems right now. And it looks like we're going to be going back to racing here, or going into lap 70. That means we have another 20 laps to go in stage number 2. Finishes on lap 90. And it looks like most of these drivers are good as far as fuel is concerned, except for Don Bellerby. He pitted last on 43. He's not going to make it to lap 90. Jeremy Brooks is on the gas, folks. There we go. We're back to racing. Avery Wilson already passing Don Bellerby for second position there. Coming down towards turn 1. It looks like Guy Schneider is hard charging there on the inside of the 14. Side by side coming off turn 2. Bellerby having a little bit of trouble there. It looks like Schneider is going to dive to that inside. And that means that Schneider will be picking up third position here.
The yellow flag is out.
Let's go take a look. It looks like the 5. Let's bring that back another time here. Looks like the 5 and the 54 coming together there off of turn number 4, and the 63 getting collected as well. He's back on his way. And immediately going down to pit road there. Obviously the 77 of Andrew Moore going down to pit road. And we have some more takers, I believe. That's Elliot Henderson, Manning, teammates. Matthias in the number 5 coming down pit road. Oh, he's got some good damage on the front end there. Andrew Moore, Eric Kempf, Max Williams, Jason Kratke. Ooh, more damage for him. Gary's car doesn't look too bad. Figlin doesn't look too bad. They're just there for fuel, probably. Randy Yoakum, he's still having that car pounded out. Well, that puts Jeremy Brooks once again on the leading position with the number 59 of Ryan Nicoletta, if I see that correctly. Yes, is your lucky dog. And folks, once again, with superior templating, we are taking a little breather under yellow. David Evans coming back down pit road. Ballard also got caught up in there. Bellerby still out there, and Bellerby is currently our hard charger, just like he was the last time around we checked. 34 spots up, and right in front of him is Guy Schneider with 33 spots up. Jason Branch obviously didn't go to the pits this time around. Moves up into 6th position. Let's go check on Scott Wise in the 31. 14th. Andrew Mraz in 7th position there. And it looks like Jeremy is opting for the outside on the restart, although I do believe we might be going single file the way it looks. Well, maybe not. I don't know. 18 seems to be coming up there, but nobody else is doing it, so I'm kind of guessing we're going single file here. 53 trying to keep some heat in those tires. Jeremy pitted last on lap 60. And once again, I apologize, folks. There a little bit of a internet issue here. And Jeremy is on the throttle really early, and
Green flag.
looks like everybody is following in single file pretty nicely here. Avery
The yellow
Wilson.
flag is out.
Oh, there we go again. That is a single car incident of the number 19. That is Gary Wright. Too hard on the throttle, too early, and not able to keep the nose going in the right direction. Let's take a look at that one more time. It is the restart. We are single file, and he just overdoes it on the throttle and turns that car around. Lap 75, folks. We're halfway. Jeremy Brooks, still your leader. Chasing after the pace car currently. Another yellow flag. And somebody's going to get lucky once again. Well, Jeremy gets to pick up some good points for that DXP Frontman Award. And see if we have any takers on pit road there. We have Roger Matthias coming in. Still having people work on that car, and Max Williams, I'm not sure. Yeah, he might have some damage he wants pounded out. That rear spoiler is not helping him very much, obviously. And he is back out on his way. We have a car going through the grass under yellow here. See what's happening. Oh, that is sloppy. Under yellow, not paying attention and not seeing that the guys in front of you are slowing down. Meanwhile, we saw the number 13 go around. He is our lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI. Jim Thorndike is your lucky dog. And then he goes into the pits. Williams in the pits. Thorndike, as we saw, then Wright, Kratke, Matthias going back in, using all the opportunities they can to get that stuff pounded out again without that fast repair, because with as much yellows as we have, they might need it later on. Jeremy Brooks is still your leader. Wilson in second place. And then it's Guy Schneider in third, Don Bellerby in fourth, and he is still our hard charger. Jason Branch in the number 22 is in sixth behind Anthony Keys there. And it looks like we're... Nope. And Jeremy's opting for that outside line once again. And well, it looks like we're staying single file. 12 more laps for the second stage on lap 90, folks. Most of everybody has pitted last on lap 60, all the way from the first to the 8th position, and then there's a bunch of guys that pitted on lap 66. The guys on lap 60 should be able to make it. It looks like we have enough yellows for them to save plenty of fuel to get to lap number 90. And once again, Jeremy is quick on the gas.
Green flag, green flag.
Pulls a good length here on Avery Wilson in second position, going into turn 1. About a half a second right there. Guy Schneider close behind the number 18. Don Bellerby there in 4th position, holding off Anthony Keys. Let's take a look at that here. It looks like Anthony is coming down to the inside. There you have him. He's got to get out of it, and it is Mraz on his outside. And Drew Mraz is coming around to 44, just like Anthony Keys is. He seems to be slipping now, that 44. Tommy Ryan is all coming past. The number 3 already did so. That is Jeff Ryan. So the 44 of Don Bellerby looks like he's kind of getting overrun here, and it just kind of boggles my mind. He's last been on the pit on lap 43. You would think a yellow would be an opportunity to go back to the pits, get some tires and some fuel, but here he is running and dropping through the field. That is Jason Branch and Gahn coming up to him. The 29 has to take evasive action there. That is Randy Perdue. Moore in trouble. See what happened to Moore. Oh, he runs into the back of one of the other cars and almost loses it, saves it. We are not going yellow, folks. Jeremy Brooks still in the front there, in the 53 car, being chased by Avery Wilson at about a half a second, and it's staying that way. Guy Schneider and Anthony Keys. Anthony now trying to go to the outside. They're fighting for 3rd and 4th position. Andrew Mraz is right there with him. Tommy Ryan coming up, Jeff Ryan coming up, and Jason Branch coming up. Guy Schneider now being passed by Mraz on the outside, but he's coming back again. Still side by side there. Oh, and it looks like the 27 kind of had to go out of that one there. The 6 now coming around his outside as well. That is Tommy Ryan. So we have Jeremy Brooks still in the leads. Avery Wilson has been catching up with him. 7 more laps for Jeremy to get that stage win, and I'm sure he's going after that. Anthony Keys in 3rd. He looks like he's also catching up. Andrew Mraz and Tommy Ryan side by side there. Looks like we're getting some racing done here now. Jeremy Brooks still about, a little under half a second. But that number 33 car, 18 car is coming up. Jeremy is shifting back to 3rd. Avery Wilson still closing in on him, and it looks like he accelerates a little bit better because of that shifting back to 3rd. we can ride along with Avery here for a little bit and see what he does. Ooh. Avery is also shifting. Oh, look at Avery fighting that car there, drifting out of the turn, almost like he's running on dirt, folks. Oh, that is pretty good stuff. Ooh, the 53 looks like he almost lost it there. He's hanging on. Avery coming up a little bit, still 0.3 of a second. Yeah, it looks like the 53 is just hanging on to a little threat there. He wants that stage win. He's trying desperately to stay in front of that Avery Wilson car. And Avery, as we could tell, is also fighting that machine in the turns, especially when he's coming off the turns. Ooh, now he's closing in under braking. Once again, throwing that back end around. Ooh, and he touches the wall. That is going to cost him. Ugh. That allows Anthony Keys to come closer to him. So Jeremy Brooks is really benefiting from that there. Lap 89, folks. 2 more laps for the stage win. Yeah, Anthony Keys is picking up 3rd position. And, ooh, I don't know if you saw that, but Wilson was definitely skidding that back end through that turn there. It's costing him dearly because he's losing time towards Jeremy Brooks. Oh, there it goes wrong. He can't... Oh, my goodness. He saves it. That is pretty good stuff. And it looked like Tommy Ryan got in trouble, too. And he saved it. Let's bring that back for you. And I think they're really lucky not getting pounded by the guys behind him. Ryan has to get into the brakes to avoid hitting the 18 and then just washes up the track. Really lucky that the 27 can avoid him. Let's go back up to the front really quickly. Jeremy Brooks has taken that stage win on the end of lap number 90, folks. Good job. Really good job. He was fighting that car, it looked like, but he kept on going and he held his foot into it. Anthony Keys now in 2nd position. Andrew Mraz picked up 3rd. Guy Schneider picked up 4th. Justin Gann picks up 5th. And let's see where the fighters are. Avery Wilson in 12th position. And let's go and ride along with him because he is struggling. He looks like he is struggling. And Tommy Ryan is in 7th. It looked like he did okay there with that little off because of Wilson's mishap. Oh, look at Wilson fighting that car, folks. That is good stuff. Tommy Ryan in 7th, right behind his brother Jeff. And it looks like he's getting to the inside there, passing for 6th position. And Jeremy is hanging on. He's got a 2nd now on Anthony Keys. Lap number 60 was his last pit stop, so I'm fairly certain that something's going to come up real quick. But he definitely picked up that stage win, Jeremy Brooks. And it looks like currently Guy Schneider in 4th is the hardest charger with 32 positions up, but he is not eligible for the award as he did not set a qualifying time. And next up would be Donnie Fayer in the 000 car. Jeremy doing some good work here, scoring points for the DXP Frontman Award. As said, folks, that award will be handed out at the end of the season to the driver that has led the most laps. Anthony Keys about a second behind now in second position. Jeremy Brooks has about 35 laps of fuel on this fuel stint behind him. There you can see it. Anthony Keys looked like he actually made 60 laps on fuel. That can't be right. Well, with the yellows, nah, that can't be right. That's impossible. There's something wrong with that graphic. But you can see the first four drivers have pitted last on lap 60, so they're getting close. Well, there's their yellow. That's going to help them out. It's the 32 and the 61 getting together here. Both, I see, and 32 comes from a long way back there. Look at how far behind he is. And then just way overshooting that turn, or the 61 being very much slower than he expected, but there's just way too much difference between these cars. Let's bring that from the blimp here. There's a pretty big difference, and it looks like the 61 for some reason just slows way more than the 32. Well, that brings us back under yellow, folks. The 61 is at least still running. The back end was already damaged anyway. And 32, that is Ballard. Front end is pretty damaged on that car. The good news is, for a lot of drivers, it's time to pit anyway. There you have him, Jeremy Brooks coming down pit road. Anthony Keys, Maras gone, Ryan, other Ryan, Branch. Pretty much the entire field is coming down pit road. And let's see, there's a few that pitted last on lap 71. They might want to stay out. They probably have to wait until the next lap anyway. So that means currently the 62 of Jacob Manning seems to be in front here. The 41 is being waved around, it looks like. He is the lucky dog. That is Kevin Nicoletta. He is your lucky dog. Andrew Moore still hanging on there in 15th spot. Let's go check on Jason Branch. He's in 10th. Randy Perdue down in 20th position. And let's see who else we're looking for here. Jacob Manning is your new leader, and he's currently coming down pit road. And Kratzky is coming down pit road. That leaves Andrew Mraz as your new leader, as we are once again, folks, under yellow and catching our breath. Had a good little stint there for the stage win, and Jeremy Brooks did a good job on that. Ballard back out of the pits. And it looks like Kevin Nicoletta has been in the pits as well there. Corbin Simmons. And there's quite a few lapped cars, or almost lapped cars, in front of Mraz there. They'll be waved around as we get the final lap before green. which would be now. Jeremy Brooks on the outside there of Andrew Mraz. It looks like they both had their pit stop and did pretty good work there. Justin Gahn and Tommy Ryan are in the second row, and then Guy Schneider and Jeff Ryan in the third, Anthony Keys and Jason Branch in the fourth row. And Andrew Mraz is already on the gas there, pretty quickly pulling away from the pack here. Jeremy Brooks on the outside in second position. It looks like Justin Gahn is charging to the inside there. Ooh, that was very close. I don't believe they touched, but it was pretty close. Justin in third position there in the Google-sponsored car. Now dropping a few car lengths behind the 53. The 53 running a little wide, closing it back up. Andrew Mraz in the lead there. It looks like Mraz is pulling away now, and Jeremy is having a little bit more trouble. Oh, it's getting so close. Ooh, and it looks like the 14 takes advantage of the 6 running wide. That is Anthony Keys coming underneath Tommy Ryan. Tommy now behind the 14. And once again, Justin Gahn trying to put pressure on that 53 car. Yeah, coming to the inside. He's not close enough, I don't think. But it helps to just get out of line and make sure that the driver in front of you has got to look in his mirrors. Where is he? Got to be looking for him. That is always a way of trying to force the driver in front of you into little mistakes. Missing a braking point or anything like that will help. But Jeremy Brooks is holding on pretty good there. Anthony Keys in fourth, Tommy Ryan in fifth, Jeff Ryan in sixth. The 14 now is starting to put pressure on Gahn and looking to put that nose on the inside there. And it looks like Jeremy has found his groove again. He's keeping that car down there by the curbs pretty nicely. But it looks like Justin gets a little bit better run off the turn there, coming down to the inside into turn one, puts it alongside and forces the 53 to take that higher line. The 53 is not giving up though, a little bit better momentum off the turn. He's hanging on very, very strongly, Jeremy Brooks there in the 53. Tommy Ryan mixing himself in there as well on the outside of the 14. I'm sorry, on the outside of the 30. The 14 behind there, trying to come along. And it looks like that's working. The 14 of Anthony Keys is passing Gahn on the outside there. Gahn dropping back to fifth position now. Andrew Mraz still in front. He's got about 8/10 of a second on Tommy Ryan, who's put his number 6 car underneath the 53 and picks up second position. Jeremy Brooks in third. Anthony Keys is trying to come alongside, doing the same thing as Tommy Ryan did. Here he comes, going into turn one. 53 is running fairly strongly there in that middle lane of the track. And it gives him just that little edge coming off the turn. And once again, the...
Yellow flag.
oh boy. There we have the 92 and the 62 coming together. The 92 is Findlay, the 62 is Jacob Manning. Let's go and bring that back for you, folks. They're on the backstretch. Oh, that's... I'll try that one more time here. It looked to me, but I want to see that from the blimp. It looked to me like the 92 is just turning into the turn very early, and the 62 is not expecting that at all. Let's see that one more time. Well, I don't know. And I apologize, that was not the 62, that was the 63. And the 63 would be, if I can find him, that is Eric Kepf. So I apologize for calling out the wrong driver there. That was the 63 of Eric Kepf coming together with the 92 there. Well, I may have missed a lucky dog. I'm not sure if it was the 08 or not. Plenty of cars coming down pit road. The ones that were in the incident, obviously. Brian Fallon down pit road. Corbin Simmons. And I believe the 44 is your lucky dog. There we have him. Your lucky dog, sponsored by SFI. And Superior Templating sponsoring our caution period here. And currently our hardest charger would be Gary Wright, 22 positions up in the number 19 car. And Mraz being in front there, helping himself towards the Frontman Award, sponsored by DXP. Led quite a few laps there. He is staying on the outside, it looks like. Jeremy Brooks has been down pit road as well, and he's now in 18th position. So it is Mraz and Gahn on the front row, Wilson and Henderson on the second row, Figlin and Perdue on the third. Scott Wise back in the top 10 with a 8th position currently. There we go. Andrew Mraz on the gas quickly.
Green flag.
Bringing along Avery Wilson on that outside line there. Justin Gahn and Elliot Henderson a little bit slower on the restart. It looks like Avery Wilson picks up second position here. The 71 really close behind him there. Mraz is pulling away again. Wilson in second place with the 30 of Gahn on his inside and the 71 of Elliot Henderson right behind him. Gahn picking up second position here. And it looks like Henderson's coming underneath Wilson as well. Ooh, that
Yellow
is...
flag is out.
Let's go take a look. It's once again the 92 that seems to be involved here. Let's go and see what happened. Well, it's not quite his fault. There's a couple of cars bouncing around there, and I can't exactly see who that was. Let's take a look from the blimp. The 92 is slow. There's actually a slower car there in the middle of the pack, and that's where the bouncing around starts. It looks like it was the 9. Not really sure who that was. There was a slower car in front that kind of caused everything. People trying to take evasive action and therefore starting a little bit of touching left and right, and that caused the 92 to spin around. Let's see, the 32 is running around there. Go, no. 32 is Robert Ballard, and it looks to me like he is our lucky dog. Quite a few drivers on pit road, Scott Wise coming back out here. That obviously drops him back out of the top 10. He worked hard to get back up there. And Gary Wright, John Findlay, Chris White, and Kratke are on pit road. Pretty much everybody from the first up to and including the 8th position have last pitted on lap 97, and Guy Schneider in 9th, and the guys behind him have pitted last on lap 108. So there's about 10 to 11 laps of difference there. Kratke is back out. Looks like Chris White is coming back out, although somewhat hesitant. Oh, that is because the pit lane is closed. The exit of the pit lane is closed because the whole field is passing by here. And that puts the 61 down at the back of the pack. And it looks like Andrew is this time looking to go to the inside. Gone on his outside, Avery Wilson and Elliott on Henderson on the second row, Purdue and Manning on the third, and then Williams, Jacob Williams and Max Williams, no idea if they're related or not, but they're both on the fourth row. And we'll be going green going into lap 118 of 150. That means we have 33 laps to go. And there we go, folks. Andrew Mraz is early on the gas. It looks like Justin Gahn is right there with him going into turn number one. More side by side there behind him. And Mraz runs a little bit wide, but he seems to be hanging on there. Justin Gahn in second position in front of Elliott Henderson. Lot of shuffling. Oh, look at this. Yeah, that was to be expected. Let's go and find out what has happened here. Oh, it is actually the 44 that gets into trouble. Let's bring that up again. Let's see if we can find the 44 there. He is. That is Don Bellerby. Don gets in trouble coming off the turn here, bounces against the wall and takes out the 31 of Scott Wise. And obviously the rest of them can't really avoid what's going on. It looks like the 000 got away with a slide there without touching anything too hard. Whew. So bad news for Scott Wise, engine smoking. Hopefully he's saved that fast repair. A lot of drivers on pit road there. The 28, Andrew Mraz. Wilson staying out. Gahn, Henderson, Manning, Purdue, Williams, Ryan, Jacob Williams, Matthias, Jason Branch, Andrew Moore, Jeremy Brooks, Jeff Ryan. All these guys are on pit road, folks. Busy, busy, busy. And it looks like we have the number 8 of Randy Yoakum. He is our lucky dog. Sponsored by SFI. Going around, and he'll be coming back to the back end of the pack there. Guy Schneider, 34 spots up, but not eligible for that Hard Charger award. The next up in line is Corbin Simmons, 29 spots up from the start. And our previous leader, Andrew Mraz, having picked up some good points for that frontman award. He is now running in 10th position. And that tells me that that he's good to the end, and that is what I don't get about Avery Wilson and Guy Schneider and Keys. They're not going to make it to the end. We're in range of the finish, guys. Why not go to the pits and get it out of the way? Especially Wilson is on fairly old tires by now. Schneider there in 2nd position. And as you recall, he had to go through the heat race, being in the back of the pack. And there he is running in 2nd position, so pretty good job. Looks like Avery is opting for the outside line. Justin Gann in 12th. Henderson beat him out of the pits. See who else we got. Jason Branch in 21st position. Let's go check on Scott Wise. Still on pit road. Not his night.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Ooh.
Not going green.
I have no idea what happened, but we're not going green. See if there's something we can find. Nope. Well, once again, the lights on the pace car are out now, so we should be going green going into lap 125. And Avery Wilson is really early out of the turn there,
Green, green, green.
pulling away from the pack, going in 1st position towards turn number 1. Guy Schneider in 2nd place with Casey Duncan behind him in 3rd. Then I'm sorry, yep, what happened to Avery Wilson? Ooh, okay, Guy Schneider almost loses it there. Casey Duncan on his outside.
Caution, yellow flag.
Alright, so go find, that looks like the 29 getting in trouble there. That is Randy Perdue. Let's go find out what happened here. Ooh, bit of a touch there with Andrew Moore, it looks like. And then the 19 unfortunately caught up in that as well. under yellow again, folks. Sponsored by Superior Templating. Take a little breather. Now, and once again, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but Avery Wilson is last pitted on lap 97. We are on lap 127. That is 31 laps ago. So he can't have that much fuel left in the tank. He's not going to make it. Why not go in? Track position means nothing if you know you're not going to make it. Now, Guy Schneider pitted last on lap 108. That means I'm pretty sure that he's not going to make it either unless we do pretty much everything under yellow. And I doubt that's going to be the case. All right, we have a lucky dog, folks. And our lucky dog is the 000 of Donnie Fair. And still not going in. Corbin Simmons in the 22 would currently be the one that would take home this R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award because Guy Schneider isn't eligible for it, tonight at least. Corbin is up 26 positions. Guy Schneider is up 34, but he didn't qualify, or he didn't set a qualifying time, let's put it that way. Well, folks, coming up to 2 hours right here on the Gateway track at the Wise Choice Contracting 150. Third round of the JM Transport Blown Pistons Racing League Clash Series on Sunday nights with the B cars, the xFinity cars. Quite a few incidents and quite a few cautions. And I will be the first to admit that this is not easy stuff. But then again, you have to sometimes do a little bit less taking and a little bit more giving to keep it going. Back to racing. Avery Wilson is on the gas, and I'm curious to see how long he'll be running. Probably has another maybe 10 laps in there. Guy Schneider in second position, looking good. Casey Duncan in third. Anthony Keys charging hard towards the 17 there. Ryan Nicoletta losing a little bit of ground. Jim Thorndike there in the 13 is sixth. Andrew Mraz is picking up that position. Andrew is on new tires. He might be charging hard towards the front now. Avery Wilson still in the lead. definitely getting in trouble with those tires as well. Guy Schneider behind him. And that's what it looks like from his front end. Oh, Wilson in trouble. Wilson is in trouble. And the only reason I can think of for him to stay out there is because he wants that frontman award. He's obviously picking up some good laps here as a leader. But I can't imagine him making it to the end, folks. That's just not going to happen. And you can tell that he is fighting that car pretty hard. Shifting a little early there. Once again, touching the wall. You can see he is fighting that loose back end there pretty hard, drifting almost out of the turns. And then here he's washing up high again. And Anthony Keys has picked up second position from Guy Schneider. And it looks like Duncan is right behind Schneider there as well. Andrew Mraz already up in fifth spot. Elliot Henderson coming with him. Those guys have been in the pits on lap 120, so they're good to go, and they got fresh tires. Ooh, Mraz almost losing it there. Side by side, and the 30 coming with him there. Justin gone. Justin has also been in the pits. So I expect these guys to be charging forward. Wilson is hanging on, but only just. You can see that car is just not handling anymore, and Keys is closing in on him now. Guy Schneider dropping back just a little bit. Casey Duncan behind him. And then it is Mraz, Henderson, and Gahn in the next group. And they look like they're closing in. Both Wilson and Keys looking like it's not easy. You can once again see Wilson's back end stepping out a little bit. I do believe he's doing a wonderful job keeping that car in front of everybody else, but I just can't help but think that he's just not going to make it. Keys closing in on him now. Going into lap 137, folks. Keys bringing that number 14 car underneath him there. He does look like he's got to get out of it a little bit, and both of them sliding a little bit. And there you go, folks. Anthony Keys is going to put it on the inside of the 18. I don't think that Wilson is going to have any answer to that. Anthony Keys picks up the lead here. And the 18 is going to have to let that guy go. He just doesn't have the tires anymore. Guy Schneider is hanging on to third with Casey Duncan still in fourth. Mraz, Henderson, and Gahn. They're not looking like they're making all that much progress there. Tommy Ryan is behind there as well. Ryan Nicoletta in ninth. And Jimmy Thorndike rounds out your top 10. Keys is walking away now from Avery Wilson, and that was to be expected. Avery is he still has a second on Guy Schneider, and he seems to be hanging on to that. And once again, we wonder, when is Avery going to have to come down pit road? Because another 10 laps, that I just don't see it happening, but I could be wrong, obviously. wouldn't it be just Avery Wilson's luck if the race stays green to the end and he's going to have to pit under green? That would be tough. Casey Duncan looks like he's starting to charge a little bit on Guy Snyder. Miraz and Henderson and Gahn seem to be closing in a little bit. Keys still out in front. Wilson now dropping back a little bit. Schneider catching up to him. Duncan hanging with Schneider. Ooh, Miraz on the outside of the 71, or Henderson on the inside of Miraz, whichever way you want to look at it. Yeah, Henderson's going to take that position away from him. Ooh, a little wiggle there for Miraz. Loose. Keeps it together. And all these that sliding around is just costly. Ooh, Miraz looks like he just really had to get out of it there and drops back behind Tommy Ryan. Lap number 142, folks. We are 9 laps away from the finish, and it is still Anthony Keys in the front. Last pitted on lap number 108. Avery Wilson dropping back significantly now. Guy Schneider on his inside, and once again, folks, when is Wilson coming down pit road? Because I just can't imagine him running more than 50 laps on a tank of fuel. Ooh, Tommy Ryan in trouble. Guy Schneider on the inside of Wilson there, and Wilson is really hanging on to that car. I will give him that. Unbelievable. Those tires are pretty old, and he's still doing it. Schneider is not coming by there all that easy. And if Avery Wilson runs this thing to the finish, I am going to call for an extra award, which would be the biggest fuel saver of the race. Ooh, Casey Duncan running a little wide there. Henderson taking advantage of that. Miraz has dropped back a little bit. And Wilson is still not giving up that second position. Schneider's trying hard, but Avery is... oh my goodness. The 53 and the 52, that is Jeremy Brooks and Max Williams coming together there. Let's go see what happened. Coming off turn 4. Ooh, it's the 52 bouncing off the wall. Collecting the 53. Luckily, nobody else got caught in that. Well, that puts us under yellow. Now we're going to keep an eye on Avery Wilson, obviously, and see if he's finally coming down pit road. May have been what he needed. Let's listen in. That car is not... he's idling. Still not coming in. And I do believe the 44 was our lucky dog. If I saw that correctly, that'd be Don Bellerby. he would be our lucky dog. And now going into the pits. And we have quite a few other drivers on pit road. Jeremy Brooks, Max Williams, Figlin, Williams, Findley, Wright, Simmons, and Don Bellerby. We just saw him coming in. We have Ballard Jr. And let's see if Avery Wilson. Nope, still not coming in. Doesn't that make you wonder? That amazes me, folks. It just amazes me. Last pitted, according to scoring. I mean, there could be a mishap in scoring, obviously, but I doubt it. Last pitted on lap 97, so he is stretching that fuel. We're going to be doing a green-white checkered here shortly. Alright, the hardest charger is still Guy Schneider, but he's not eligible for it. And the next in line, I think, would be Casey Duncan. Anthony Keys obviously picking up a lot of points for that Frontman Award. He's been leading quite a bit this race. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you exactly how many laps. Scoring does not tell me that. It looks like Anthony is opting to stay on the high side. They're going to get the white flag on... they're going to get the green flag on lap number 150, so we are doing a green-white checkered here. And fingers crossed for Avery Wilson. I hope he's not going to run out of fuel. But if he doesn't, he is the master of saving fuel. Scott Wise is still running. There we go, folks. Anthony Keys is on the gas. We are racing for the win here at Gateway. A green-white checkered with Anthony Keys up front. It is Elliot Henderson that is being passed by Guy Schneider there for second position. The 18 of Avery Wilson is trying to come back up there as well. Schneider has a bit of a moment.
Flag is out.
Oh, yoy. That looks like Jeff Ryan and Jason Branch getting together there. Let's go see what happened. Jeff Ryan bounces between two cars there, then gets a little tap on the outside from the 41 and gets thrown around, and the 22 continues on. All right, well, that is, oops, I still had my map up there. Sorry about that, folks. I'm not sure if we're doing a lucky dog at all right now. The 14, no, that's Anthony Keys. Well, this is possibly bad news for Avery Wilson, because, I mean, he is stretching this fuels thing, still not going in. And the more green, white, yellows is going to be, well, we're only doing 2, actually. So if he makes this one, he is the fuel saver of the race. He did drop back a little bit. He's now in 5th position. One thing I could be missing is the fact that we have 6 tire sets to play with in this race, and he may be on his last set already and thinking, well, if I can't get tires, then I might as well stretch the fuel as far as I can. There goes the number 8. The number 8 will be our lucky dog. That is Randy Yoakum, if I have it correctly. If I can find him really quickly. There he is. Sorry about that, couldn't find him. Oh, he's coming in. He's going to need a splash of fuel, maybe. Well, shouldn't. He hit it last on lap 120. All right, so we're going to try another green-white checkered here, and we have Anthony Keys in the leading position. We have Guy Schneider in the 2nd position, Elliot Henderson in 3rd, and Tommy Ryan in 4th. Avery Wilson hanging on to 5th position. Justin Gahn in 6th, Miraz in 7th, Andrew Moore in 8th, Jim Thorndike in 9th, and Ryan Nicoletta rounds out your top 10. And it looks like we have Anthony Keys choosing the outside line once again. We might actually be going single file here for this final green-white checkered. That's what it looks like. 2 hours and 16 minutes of racing, folks. There goes Anthony Keys. He's on the gas early. Guy Schneider is behind him in 2nd position. Elliot Henderson in 3rd. Tommy Ryan in 4th. Avery Wilson still hanging on to 5th position there. Can he make it on fuel?
Caution, yellow flag.
Well, that was all she wrote, folks. The 63 seems to be involved here. It's actually Jason Branch that looked like Jason Branch was coming to the inside. They're going 3 wide into turn 1. A little what looked like a little tap to the 62, taking out the 63 in reaction to that. There's the 63, finished for the day, obviously. And that means that we're going to finish this thing under yellow, unfortunately, but it's kind of summing up what the race was like, to be honest with you. Let's see how our friend Avery Wilson is doing. Ooh. Not sure if he finished there, because you do have to roll it across the line, and that is happening right now. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but it looked to me like Avery Wilson ran out of fuel, maybe. Let's see if we can bring that back. Yeah, somebody's trying to push him. He did run out of fuel. And then turned him around. That's unfortunate for Avery Wilson. He tried really hard. He saved a humongous amount of fuel. And, man, that is impressive. I just have no other word for it. That is impressive. Our Hard Charger Award will be going to... Let me see. The guy Schneider didn't set a qualifying time, so he can't get it. And the next one up would be 15 positions up, and that is Elliot Henderson in third position. So he would be the one getting that Hard Charger Award as we are watching some donuts. And obviously Anthony Keys doing some good work on that Frontman Award. And let's go find some people to talk to, folks. Anthony, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me? Anthony Keys, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
I got you.
Hey, Anthony, congratulations, my friend. A very solid win here in Gateway. You were at the front end of the field there for most of the time. Were you surprised as much as I was that Avery Wilson was still out there in front?
I had absolutely no idea how he didn't run out of fuel.
Well, he did actually run out of fuel on the final lap. Somebody was trying to push him, and unfortunately that caused him to get turned around even under yellow. But yeah, I mean, I was flabbergasted. He pitted last on lap 97, and not only the fuel but the tires as well. I mean, I could see on board every once in a while how he was fighting that car, and he was just hanging on. It was amazing. But let's talk about you. Talk me through your race, bud.
Well, it was a mess of tire strategy for the most of it. I basically screwed me out of stage points for both stages, but it ended up getting me the win. So good trade in my opinion.
Absolutely, yes. I think. I'm not. Was it Tommy Ryan that got the first one and Jeremy Brooks the second stage, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. So how was it for you on tires and fuel? Was it tricky to choose your moments correctly there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's tricky because you always want to have an extra set in the bank in case something weird happens at the end. But at the same time, you don't take tires in the stage, and the chances of you getting points are very small, right? So the fuel tonight didn't end up being as much of an issue as I thought it would be because there were just so many cautions that, running out wasn't really going to happen.
Yeah, well, obviously, and that and that always also, I mean, maybe I shouldn't be asking you this, but that's also why I was wondering about Avery, because there's so many cautions. Get some new tires and get some fuel, and you'll be back up in no time. I mean, obviously the guys that pit last, they have the fresh tires. They'll work their way around.
Well, Avery's not on my team, but whatever he did, it almost worked. I think I passed him with like 25 to go, so he was close.
He definitely was very close. If there wouldn't have been a second a green-white checkered, he would have made it. Absolutely. But again, I don't want to take anything away from your win here, Anthony. You're looking pretty good in the championship. I believe you are also looking pretty good in the DXP Hard Frontman Award. You were leading that going in. You've been leading quite a few laps today as well. So it looks to me like this night here at Gateway was a pretty good night for you.
Without a doubt, without a doubt.
All right, man. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out there?
All of the love yous and thank yous go to my teammates at 4X. There were 6 of us tonight. 4 of us gathered points, and we're making a run at this championship for the team owner points.
Awesome. Congratulations on that. Anthony, thanks very much, my friend.
Yeah.
Guy, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
Sure.
I'm hearing a lot more car than I'm hearing you, but hey, man, a great race for you. You had to go through the heat race. You didn't get to put in a qualifying time. Why was that?
I had some issues with my equipment. I actually, my first laps were in that heat race, so I got real lucky to get second out of this.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you did pretty good there in the heat race. Obviously, the heat race wasn't going to throw you. Nobody was going to get sent home, but still, it's at least a little bit of practice that you had there then. And then in the race, man, my friend, you I think you started 37th and you're up there in second position. So how'd you do that?
It was a lot of strategy with these stages. If you just pit before the stage and everybody stays out and gets stage points, you can kind of get off cycle, and that's pretty much what I did. But then when I was up there, then I felt like I did a pretty good job of staying up there.
Absolutely. I mean, you were charging pretty hard there at the end, my friend. At first with Avery, who was on pretty old tires, but he was hanging on pretty strong. And it took you a little bit to get past him, though. But you finally did, and you brought it home in second place, my friend. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I was really excited. Avery and I had a good race. I actually only got by him because the yellow came out and I was ahead. I just could not make the bottom work. I don't know. I just wasn't as good as definitely probably not as good as Avery. And the last pit stop I did, I only had 2 tires, so I was struggling, but I made do.
Did you use up all your 6 sets?
I didn't. I just took 2 because I couldn't believe more guys didn't. We didn't have a whole lot of laps on them, but we needed more gas to get to the end. So I just took 2 to get some track position, and it got me pretty far ahead of the front guys. So I was excited.
Okay, so that plan worked out pretty good then. All right,
Yeah.
Guy. Unfortunately, because of you not setting the qualifying time, you aren't eligible for that hard charger award. But you would have definitely earned it today because you were up 34 positions during this race, which I think is a phenomenal accomplishment in any field this size. So congratulations on that. There's no prize, but still congratulations on it, my friend. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out there before I let you go, sir?
Oh, definitely. I got to thank my teammates, Ryan and Kevin Nicoletta and Andrew Moore. I mean, with having basically no practice, all their input really made a big difference. I got to thank Golf Oil, and yeah, I'll take second place without a hard charger any day. That's all right with me.
All right, I imagine so. Thank you very much, Guy.
Thank you, sir.
Elliot, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me?
How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I feel pretty good now.
I imagine you do. You came up 15 positions since the start through the field. It's been a bit of a let's say eventful race here. I think you got caught up in some of it here and there as well. Talk me through it, sir.
Yeah, the one incident that really killed us was the car coming off the wall and wrecking a whole gaggle of cars there. I don't know what that was, but aside from that incident, it was pretty clean for us. We were able to manage about a top 10 spot all day, and I just wanted to play the strategy right with my teammates and make sure that we were up there. I think we had the freshest tires at the end, which is why I really wanted that to go green, but I know Anthony was bad fast during the whole run. And the one time that we got off sync, I was just stuck behind him, and I wasn't stuck. He was driving away from me. So we were fast, but I don't know that we were winning speed. But I feel like if we could have actually gone through those green, white checkers, that last one, I think I was going to be able to clear a guy, hopefully, and try to charge for keys. But they did a phenomenal job. The racing here is awesome. I've raced against Tommy and them before. Like, a lot of these guys are really good, so it was fun.
Good to hear, man. Indeed, it looked like you were pretty strong at the end for sure, and giving both of these guys a pretty good run for their money. How were you on your tire sets? Did you use all of them?
Yeah, I'm going to equate the strong run to the fact that we used the tires at the last second. I think we used the last set with about 25 to go there. So I think a lot of it had to do with that, but we definitely went through all of them and made sure that we used everything that was left in the pits.
Yeah. You last pitted on lap 120, and Anthony and Guy, I believe, both last pitted on lap 108, if I remember that correctly. So that gave you a little bit of an edge on those guys, but it doesn't seem like the tires are falling off too badly around here. Because I mean, if for example, if I look at Avery Wilson, he last pitted on lap 97 and drove that set tires to the finish. He just ran out of fuel on the second green, white checkered, but I mean, that tells me that those tires stay pretty good. Do I see that correct?
Yeah, they didn't wear out until about 30, 40 laps into a run. So I mean, obviously we didn't get that type of run in tonight, so we weren't really able to see what they could do. But everyone was really even for the first 10 or 15 laps before they even started to remotely fall off. So tires weren't a huge deal, especially with how many back-to-back cautions and stuff that we had. So the green, white checkers kind of hurt us. But if you could have gotten a run into turn one with the fresher tires and just kind of sent it on someone, it's not really the preferred way to race. But if you have the extra grip, you can still kind of manage that, which is where it probably helped the most with these short stints that we had tonight.
I see. Okay, so yeah, how do you feel about this track? I mean, a paperclip shaped a 1.25 mile, tight turn 1 and 2, a little bit wider 3 and 4. How do you feel about it?
Oh, this track's awesome. I think it's a great track to come to. You go to downshift in these Xfinity cars. You're trying to keep revs up off the corner. You're sliding. You saw Anthony slide off the corner, and I got under him that one time for the lead. I mean, it's a ton of fun. It's just the cars are so even that it's really hard to pass, and you're really trying to get to the outside. I think it was me and the 28 and the 30 were dogging each other to try to get around each other for a while, and I was racing Jeff Ryan really hard too. So it's a battle. It's not easy, and it's not really a 2-lane track as most of iRacing is. So you got to pick your spots and try to time your corner exits to get a real big run to get door to door with someone before you go into the next corner.
Now, on a lot of tracks, it also looks like if you're in that middle or a little bit higher line, it looks like you get a little bit more momentum off the turns. Does that work here as well?
Yeah, because the guy on the inside kind of goes into the corner and then pushes the guy up. But at the same time, the guy on the outside can carry the momentum around the corner and off. And if they can at least stay with your quarter panel, they're typically going to get the run out of the corner and stay side by side with you into 3. And then it's just a game of chess into 3 of how close the guy on the outside wants to pinch the guy on the inside. It gets kind of sketchy there. But yeah, I feel like the outside's a preferred groove. The inside really only works for those 2 or 3 laps at the beginning, maybe. But it's definitely an outside kind of momentum track.
Okay, all right. Well, Elliot, once again, man, congratulations. 15 spots made up since the start of the race. That is a pretty good accomplishment, especially in an eventful race like this. Keeping it all clean and keeping it all together is an accomplishment in itself around here, it looks like. So congratulations once again on your 3rd place. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out there before I let you go?
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, love yous and thank you to Ty Aiken. I actually subbed for him tonight, so all my points are going to go to him. Hopefully I did him proud. I don't know that I got too many stage points for him, but hopefully a 3rd place finish helps him out. Thanks to Chris White, Eric Kep, Jacob Manning, my 3 teammates for letting me come over and run this. I don't know that I'll be back because I was just a sub tonight, but it was a ton of fun to come out here and run, even with the eventfulness of it. Thank you guys for the broadcast. That's awesome. I can't wait to go back and watch it and see the crazy action that happened here tonight. And that's about it. Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Elliot. You'll see plenty of action, that's for sure. All right, folks, there you have it. That was your top 3 finishers there. Let's bring in the final results on your screen here. Anthony Keys, we heard from him. Our Canadian friend brought it home in the 1st position. Guy Snyder in 2nd. Uh, Unfortunately, due to technical issues, couldn't put in a qualifying time. Misses an award here, but hey, like he said, second place is any day, even without the award. And third place, Elliot Henderson, substituting and doing a very good job at it here, finishing in third position. Then we have Tommy Ryan. He was on the pole. Did pretty good. Had a strong first a quarter of the race, I would say. Had a few moments, I believe, and dropped back. Managed to stay in that top 10 pretty much most of the race, and then at the end, obviously, fell short just a little bit. Justin Gahn, also one of the runners that's been up in the top 10 pretty much the entire race. The same was true for Andrew Merez, albeit dropping out after an incident at some point, working his way back up. Strong race for Andrew. Andrew Moore in the 77, the teammate to Guy Schneider in the Gulf cars, finishes a good 7th position here. Jim Thorndike in the 13 car in 8th. Ryan Nicoletta in 9th. Casey Duncan rounds out your top 10. And then it is Roger Matthias, Brian Fallon, Kevin Nicoletta, Jason Branch, a 14th position. Still not too bad considering the damage he collected during the race. Jacob Manning in 15th. Then Randy Perdue, Max Williams, and Jacob Williams. I have no idea if they're related, but we'll find that out probably at some point. Let's see. Randy Perdue, Max Williams, Jacob Williams, Jeff Figlin, Jason Kratke, John Findlay, Corbin Simmons, Gary Wright, Jeremy Brooks. Jeremy won that second stage, and after that, it kind of just all faded away, it looked like, but still a pretty good race for him. Randy Yoakum there in 25th, Jeff Ryan, Don Dellerby. Dellerby had a few issues here and there. Avery Wilson in the 28th position. And let's see. In the 29th position, Donnie Fayer. Chris White then in 30th. Eric Kempf in the 31st spot. David Evans and Scott Wise with an unfortunate moment there towards the end of the race. Scott qualified in the top 10, ran pretty strongly during the race and worked his way back to the top 10 after some issues. And then, unfortunately, an incident late in the race, it cost him quite a few laps there, finishing in 33rd nonetheless. Then Robert Ballard Jr., Mark Allen, Louis Berkowitz, Troy Profit, and Don Olson. I don't believe they ran across the finish line, and that rounds out the field there for you folks. The Blown Piston Racing League, sponsored by JM Transports, the Wise Choice Contracting Race here at Gateway, a local sponsor of their hometown race here in Madison, Illinois. Next week, folks, we're going to spice things up a little more even. We're going to go back to the Daytona track, but we're going to be running the road track there, the same track that is being run for the 24-hour race there. That's what we're going to do with these B cars next week in Daytona. So we hope to see you there, folks. We certainly enjoy this series. We've got some good racing going on. We're still working out the kinks a little bit as far as the amount of incidents is concerned. Obviously, road racing is going to be a totally different animal. That might include the fact that some of the drivers that are here tonight might not be there. Not everybody enjoys the road racing in these cars, so we'll have to wait and see how that pans out, but we definitely hope that you'll be with us once again here for the Blown Piston Racing Series. Before we go there next Sunday night, we will see the trucks on Friday night at this track. They'll be running their third round here as well. So hopefully we'll see you on Friday night for the trucks and Sunday nights for the xFinity cars on the Daytona Road Course. This is Short Shift Broadcasting. My name is Mark. I appreciate you tuning in, and we hope to see you next time. And until then, folks, stay healthy and take care of one another. Bye.